Okay, so I'm just leaving my protest. Today's a national protest, and I found a group. And I did a short time. They're still there. It's Kevin's birthday, so I gotta get home because we're going out for pie, and the pie place closes. I had to squeeze both things in. I talked to some fellow protesters today about this. This came up a couple times in this past week, and I'm just curious. Well, I know I'm not the only one because I just spoke with people and they're on the same page as me, but this whole idea, agree to disagree, we, as in fellow protesters, we're on the same page with the idea that there is a line, and we don't have to agree to disagree. That's, does that lasagna taste good? We can agree to disagree. Should this policy be put in place, or should tax dollars be focused on immigration or on healthcare? Environmental things, what percentage of our tax dollars go where? That's what we agree to disagree on. I mean, you have Democrats who disagree on that within their party. But when it comes to humanity and being kind or humankind or whatever it is, I'm not going to agree that it is appropriate for our U.S. government to be using any force, let alone military force, against humans in our country. I don't care if they are an immigrant, an illegal immigrant, a white person, a brown person, a black person, a yellow person. I am never gonna agree that it is okay for an ICE agent, any human, to pull out a gun and shoot somebody. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. So we're not going to agree to disagree on that. I believe I am right, and I believe anybody who thinks that the actions that ICE is taking are acceptable and good, you're wrong. You can call it judgy, I don't know what you want to call it. It is what it is. It's wrong. The other thing that's wrong is having a pedophile for a president of our country. And so if he hasn't been proven to be a pedophile yet, because he's obstructing justice, we know he's a rapist. And I don't think it's a good idea to have a rapist as the leader of our country. So I'm not going to agree to disagree on that. A pedophile should not be our president, and a rapist should not be our president. I am right. I'm sticking to it. I have hit a wall. I have hit a wall of, in the convincing realm. I am no longer trying to convince anybody that I know to see the light, to see that a pedophile is bad, to see that he's financially irresponsible, to see the corruption that exists. I am no longer trying to convince those people I know. I have moved on in my protesting world. I will happily sit down and have a conversation with anybody who disagrees with us, the protesters, those of us that think democracy is a good thing and that we're continuing to fight for it. I would like to know from strangers, because I know from personal friends, I guess I don't know. I'm not going to go throwing out my accusations. Whatever. But I would like to know from strangers who shake their their heads at us. I had a guy shake a head at me today on the way to the protesting group, and I said, hey, will you come talk to me? And he said, I'm going to an appointment, but I don't know what you and your 6 people think you're doing. And I was like, there's more than 6 people that will be here, and this is happening across the country. So if protests are happening across the country in major cities with literally thousands, tens of thousands of people showing up, why aren't people questioning it? And as I was walking back to my car, I met a woman, and she said she's been doing this for 50 some years here in Fayetteville. She said, I remember when I was protesting against Vietnam. How sad is this? How sad is history? How sad is greed? How sad is it that people think that this is okay and that you don't care enough to speak out against it? Show up, and this is now the topic. We no longer talk about the absurdity of DT and what he's doing. Like nothing can surprise us. Going after Greenland and Canada, it doesn't surprise us. It doesn't surprise us that Congress is going along with it. Surprises us that so many people are driving down the road or going to work and acting like nothing is happening. I don't know. I'm marching for humanity, for the collective. This is not a self-enriching thing. I don't get on here for people to go, oh, yay, Patty was marching, la-di-da, per the comment from a previous friend. It's awareness. We protest for awareness. We'll be taking some next steps because the elections are coming up, and Lord knows there's enough idiots out there who probably will go vote. And they'll go vote for the same congressman we have whose son was just pardoned for meth and armed gun, whatever. He had a gun. So our goal is to help inform them. I don't know. Protesting feels really good because I'm with people who care about humanity. I used to think going to church gave me that feeling. Kind of fizzled out when you looked around and you said, who am I going to church with? And what do they support? Because I know I was sitting with some MAGAs and that was hard. So, it's the protesters, it's nature, it's meditation, it's my faith, it's hope. And knowing the stars are aligning, all will be well, the shakeout's sucking, but we'll be good. So go out and protest if you can. Call a senator or congressman if you can. Feel free to call mine if you want. Womack, Cotton, I'm drawing a blank on the third guy's name. Boozman or Bozeman, I don't even know how you say it. They're probably all pedophiles. I don't know. I can't figure out why all these Congress people are letting our country crumble. Because we do have a great system, but they're letting it crumble, and you have to ask yourself why. Why? Because their family and their neighbors are going to find out they were in the Epstein files. That's the only chilly. But I'm not complaining because it's colder everywhere else. So happy January 20th. And for humanity who cares and loves one another and thinks humanity deserves peace versus a world order that is about hate and land grabbing and greed. I'm out here for the humanity part. That's all I got. Hope y'all have a good day. Cheers.